Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression and mini review of the newest release, the new feminine release from the House of Creed, Carmina. I know that a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about the House of Creed. There are many from the house that I absolutely adore. Aventus, of course, you cannot you cannot deny that Aventus is an icon. Aventus for her I really love. Windflowers and my absolute favorite masculine offering from Creed, Original Santal. You guys know I'm obsessed with that scent. When I heard the notes of this new fragrance Carmina, I got very interested. This is the 2023 release. It's coming up. It's not even launched yet, and their last previous release was Windflowers, which is a fragrance that got a little bit of attention. It's one of my favorites from Creed. From the feminine line, Windflowers is probably my favorite overall, next to Aventus for her. But the release before that was a repackaging of their scent Spring Flower, and it basically just got re-released as a new packaging design. It kind of brings some design aspects from their masculine line, which I think is very cool, in the pink bottle. I love. But today we're gonna be talking about Carmina, and I just wanted to put that out there to kind of show that they haven't really been putting out that much in the last few years. So I really think that there's going to be some hype picked up on Carmina, especially, like I said, especially when I heard the notes. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a fragrance that it knocked my socks off when I tried it for the first time. My jaw literally hit the floor. I was just so happy and impressed, and instant love for me. And I want to talk about it a little bit today. I've gone through a couple samples, but I got this sample from my friend Mike. So shout out to you, Mike, if you're watching. He grabbed this from a store for me, and this is the first time that Creed has released something with a cherry note, and I was very interested to see how Creed would take it. Like, what direction would Creed go with this? Because I didn't really picture Creed creating some, like, kind of just how you're used to smelling cherry scents, you know, like a boozy, kind of like thick, heavy cherry scent. I couldn't really imagine Creed doing that. You know, Creed is a very classic, elegant, very natural smelling fragrance house. And so that was another thing that really drew my attention to this release. And so it seems that this release is gaining a little bit of traction. And so I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. I have 5 samples here that I'm going to be giving away. Keep watching till the end of the video to find out how to enter. So I got my sample here. I've worn this a few times, and you guys are not ready for this at all. Oh my gosh. I cannot express the excitement that I felt the first time that I smelled this. This is a fragrance that is worthy of getting excited for, trust me. So the notes in this, just to kind of give you an overall idea, in the opening, we have saffron in the top with black cherry and pink pepper, a little bit, tiny bit of spice. In the mid, we have that May rose, some cashmere wood with violet and peony. And in the base, we have some more resinous, warm notes like amber, myrrh, frankincense, and musk. Oh my gosh, it's just my reaction every time I smell this. And what you wouldn't expect from this is that this is a fragrance that takes you on a journey. This fragrance, the first time, I'm telling you, the first time I wore this, it just blew my mind. This thing took me on a journey, took me on a wild ride. So as it opens, the first thing that you really get is a lot of saffron. And it's interesting because it's kind of like this combination of, there's this very dry aspect, this dry spice that you get from this saffron right from the opening. But at the same time, there is kind of like this creamy silkiness that you kind of get from that cashmere wood. And as well, the rose that opens in this scent it's like a very crisp, sparkly, kind of like a champagne feeling rose. But it kind of takes a turn a little bit as it dries. Like I said, this fragrance takes you on an absolute journey. It becomes more jammy as it dries. And of course, right in that opening, you get some cherry as well. And of course, like I was anticipating, it's not how you're used to smelling cherry. It's a very realistic black cherry. It just adds a fruity side to the perfume in a very slightly dark way. Like, it makes the fruits a little bit dark, but what you really get from this as it dries, where it really becomes darker, is those beautiful resinous facets that I'll talk a little bit about in a moment, but it definitely has a very like classy feeling right from the get-go. This is my jam, guys. It's very inviting and sweet, but it does have a dark side. This is not a scent that I would necessarily recommend for just like a daytime use. I don't know, there's just something about this that feels like it's meant for the nighttime. And then as it dries, it kind of transitions from that really bright, sweet, inviting side to, in the mid, I'd say even more rose comes out, and it kind of turns into, in my opinion, more of like a metallic rose. There's something very metallic about this scent. But I will say that on the skin, because you know, the strip doesn't always really do it justice, on the skin, you definitely get a jammier rose, especially on my skin. I think that when it mixes with that cashmere, it just gives it this kind of like metallic aspect that's very appealing. It really like oozes femininity, but as it dries, like I said, these darker aspects come out. So in the dry down, it turns from this just sweet, beautiful, feminine scent into this more mysterious, dark scent with this resinous, ambery touch with the frankincense and the myrrh. It's very warm and very dark. It really, really changes the mood as well, which, as I mentioned, is something that it totally shocked me. I was not expecting this at all. I just sprayed this on the back of my hand and kept revisiting it, and just, wow, by the time it dried down, I was like, wow, this is like, it totally took a turn. I will say that as well, like through the life of it, as it dries, I think it gets a little more rosy. Like the rose just keeps continuing to make an appearance throughout the life of it. And it is unisex, I would say. 100% a man could wear this. It is slightly feminine leaning, so you just have to know that going into it. This fragrance was inspired by pages of fashion sketchbooks that were passed down through generations in the Creed family, and just kind of inspired by the women. But a man that loves rose could easily wear this, especially in a nighttime occasion. This would just work fantastically on a man. And what I really enjoy about this as well, not only the uniqueness from that black cherry and the saffron, which is just totally different, but what I also really enjoy about Creed's take on this rose scent is that it's not a typical like rose patchouli. There is something green in this, but it's not a spicy patchouli. I wouldn't say there's patchouli in this at all. I think that that greenness comes from the rose. It's more of a green rose. I love that you get that warmth and that spice, but it's from the saffron. It's not from patchouli. Just a different take on that very classic rose DNA. I've worn this in the heat as well. I will say that it comes to life in the heat. It didn't become too cloying for me. Personally, I found that it projected a little bit more. It is a little sweet, but I didn't think it was too much. But like I said at the beginning, I think that this is a scent that is going to really shine in the nighttime, because there's something very special feeling about this. You guys will know what I'm talking about when you smell this for the first time, that you're going to want to save this for a special occasion, like a special moment, like a night out, a night that you want to remember is what you're going to save this for, on one hand. But if you're someone like me, you're gonna wear it all the time just because it makes you feel so beautiful when you're wearing it. And I think this is also a great year-round scent as well, a nighttime year-round scent. I think it's gonna work in the summer. It's definitely going to work in the fall and winter. It's really going to be a great addition to your collection for like a year-round date night scent, like a classic signature date night scent. You're just going to feel like the most luxurious, rich, classy person on the planet wearing this. It's absolutely beautiful, and I want to talk a little bit about the performance, because I know that that's where some people have some concerns with the House of Creed. There have been some, you know, let's call it out, all right? There's been some issues with performance with some Creed fragrances in the past, and I understand totally, because it's a luxury product that you're paying a luxury price for, and you want something that's going to last for you. In my testing, I'm very happy to report that I got 6-7 hours in terms of projection. I'd say it wasn't like a beast. I wouldn't say that it's like out to here, but it was good. It's definitely not a soft projecting scent. It definitely comes off of your body a little bit. It's going to just create the most fantastic, beautiful scent bubble around you. Oh my gosh, this is going to be just, if you want to get compliments for the rest of the year, Carmina is the fragrance that you need to try. Oh my gosh, I can already see once I get a full bottle, because the moment that this hits the shelves, you guys know I'm going to buy a bottle. I think it's going to be released in a 30 ml and a 75 ml starting at $300 to $445. So it is pricey. It is pricey, but wow, I can't get over this. I have not been able to stop wearing this the last couple days, and for me, it's worth it. I'm definitely going to pick up a bottle. And what I really love about it as well is that when I was wearing it, I can smell it on myself. There's nothing on earth that makes me happier than that, knowing that I can smell my own perfume. Like, that's just, it's just the best feeling as you're going about your day and you just get wafts of your favorite perfume. It's just a little it's like a little bit of a boost, like a midday boost. Anytime that I would catch a whiff of this walking around, I'm just like, I love that. So this is a fragrance that it really took my heart and it worked really beautifully for me. I was so impressed by this. I don't know what I was expecting, but this is definitely not what it was. And I'm loving the direction that Creed is going with their creations, and I'm very excited to see what they release the rest of the year. And also for the men watching, do not be afraid to try this. Please, every guy watching this, please go out to Neiman's, your local department store, and please try Carmina. I think you're going to be really impressed, especially if you like rose scents. Do not be scared by the nose. Do not be scared by rose. Rose is a very, very sexy, elegant note on a man, trust me. So I really think that Creed is going to be redeeming their reputation with this. I know it's a little soon to tell, but just wait for those. I promise, like as soon as it's released officially and people start buying bottles, getting bottles, and making reviews about them, you guys are going to see what I'm saying. I already know that the world is going to go absolutely nuts over this, and honestly, I could see this becoming like a classic staple. I could see this going to the moon and becoming like the next Baccarat Rouge 540, Delina, you know, that kind of like important scent profile, like something that makes that big of a difference in the fragrance world. I really think that Carmina could be that next scent. You need to get out there and try it for yourself. So guys, I think it's going to be launching early the first week of September, so just look out near you to get out and try it. So let's talk about the giveaway that I want to do, because I have some samples here, 5 samples, and I'm very sorry to say, but for this giveaway, it's only going to be the US only. And to enter, all you have to do is like this video, give it a like, be subscribed to my channel, of course, and leave a comment below with your Instagram handle. That's very important because that is how I will contact you to get your shipping information and to let you know that you won. And in 1 week, I will pick the winners. I'm very excited for you guys to try this. In the meantime, while we're waiting for these winners, get out to Neiman's, try the new fragrance Carmina. You guys are going to be so impressed. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below if you've tried Carmina. What do you think about the notes? What do you think about this review? Is it something that you'd be interested in? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.